All right, hello everybody, welcome back to math. Today, we are doing more fractions, but we're moving on. We had a quiz yesterday. You had to do what on your quiz? What was the main part of your quiz? Josiah?
Well, just do equivalent fractions.
Basically, right, we were comparing fractions, so we would find a common denominator and compare. Today, we are finding the simplest form of a fraction. So, I need everyone on your whiteboards, those of you at home, whiteboard time. And we're going to do several examples quickly. When I write, you write. You got to keep up. I'm not pausing to wait for you, so if you don't keep up, you're going to fall behind. Okay? Markers in your hand? Ready? And we're off. All right. If I have the fraction 2/4, you should all be writing that down. What can I divide it by to create an equivalent fraction that is simpler? Okay, so I am saying 2/4, we know that really means 1/2. Okay, what can I divide both the top and the bottom by? What number will work? Cadence? 2. Why can't I choose 4? Noah?
Because that's bigger than the top number.
Right, it would work down here, it wouldn't work in the top. So we have to pick the 2, okay? So, just like always, we have to do the same thing to the top and the bottom. Oh, my screen is very blurry, isn't it, everyone? Okay, maybe that'll be better. All right, so we're dividing the top and the bottom both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is, everybody, 1. 4 divided by 2 is, everybody, 2. Okay, so these are equivalent. Can I reduce this more to make it simpler?
No.
Can I divide it by 1?
No. No.
I could, but what would happen? Let's look. 1/2 divided by 1/1.
It'll just stay 1.
Is that a wasted step?
Yes.
So, when you get to the point where you can't divide your fraction by anything except for a 1, it's its simplest point, okay? So we are going to try another one. All right, second one we're going to try. Let's do 6/8. Now we need to be thinking of a common factor of 6 and 8, okay? They're both even, so can I divide them both by 2?
Yes.
I could. All right, 6 can also be divided by 3. Will that work for my 8?
No.
No. Okay, 8, I can also use a 4. Will that work for my 6?
No.
I can't divide 6 by 4. So what should we use? Abby? 2. So we're going to divide the top and the bottom both by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 8 divided by 2 is 4.
3/4.
Can I divide the top and bottom by the same number to reduce it any further?
No. Yeah. No.
I can't think of any numbers. If I divide by 3, it won't work in the bottom. 2 won't work because 3 is not an even number. And if I divide by 1, I end up with the same thing. So are we done? Josiah?
Yeah. Basically, if you have if the number on the top is 1 less than the bottom, you can't go any farther, really.
I would think for the most part that would work because that would mean you have 1 odd and 1 even number. Maybe sometimes it would work with 3s or something, but yeah. All right, let's try another one. We're going to go fast. Make sure you're sticking with me. Liam?
You get the 2.
How'd I get the 2? So we wanted to think of a number that works to divide from 6 and 8. So our factors that we can divide 6 by are 1, 2, 3, and 6, right? That's it. But we realized if I picked 3, can I evenly divide 8 by 3? 8 divided by 3 won't work even, right? So 2 is the only number that evenly goes into both of these numbers. Okay? Let's do another one. Most of you already erased your boards. Thank you for being on top of things today. All right, next one. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. Let's do 10/16. 10/16. That should all be written on your board now. Hurry, hurry. 10/16. Okay, so what we need to think through, will 2 work? 2 will work. They're both even. So right now you should know, I can always divide if they're both even by 2. I might just have to do it more than once. Is there any number you can think of that might also work? I'm thinking through. It might help for this example. I'll show you my factors of 10. I've got 1 and 10, 2 and 5, and that's it, right? Okay, let's do 16. For 16, I can do 1, 16, 2, and 8, and 4. So what is my only common factor? Josiah?
4.
Are you sure? Is 4 common to both numbers?
No.
So I can't do 4.
2.
I have to do 2, okay? So 2, I'll tell you, 2 is very trusty. You can always use it. So let's erase all this, get it out of our way. So everyone on your board, divide 10/16 by 2 over 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And now you can always take some time here to pause and think, can I simplify that any further? Do 5 and 8 have any common factors?
No.
I can't think of any, right? So this, we call that simplified or reduced, okay? Is this fraction a little bit easier to picture in your head than 10/16?
Yeah.
That's why we reduce, okay? We make it simpler. It's still equivalent. It's just numbers we usually use more, okay? All right, let's try another one where we can use a number other than 2.
Yeah, like 3.
All right. Let's do
4.
9/12. Please write that down. We know we're going to have to divide it by something over something to get our reduced fraction. You can go ahead and set up your work. Hopefully at this point in the year you're getting really used to this setup, right? I use it all the time. All right, we want to reduce it, put it in simplest terms. So in my head, I am doing what I wrote up here last time on the board, thinking about all my factors. I know for 9, I can get to a 9 by 1 and 9, 3 and 3. My 12, I've got the 1 and the 12, the 2 and the 6, the 3 and the 4. What do you guys think? Hayden?
3.
Give me a thumbs up if you think 3 will work for this. Thank you, those of you that are listening. I appreciate that. You're right, okay? 3 is a common factor. In fact, can I even use 2 on this one?
No.
No, why not?
Because 9's not an even number.
Yeah, 9's not even. If both your numbers aren't even, you can't use a 2. So we have to use a 3. So everybody, do it on your board. Simplify 9/12 by dividing your numerator and denominator by 3. Make sure you get the same answer I get. Okay. And now you always want to think, can I reduce this any further?
Yes.
Don't just blurt, think first.
No.
There are no common factors other than 1, but if I reduce by 1, same answer, waste of time. Tater? Huh? Good. All right. This time I'm going to put 2. Oh, Madeline?
On the, I just, it's like 9 plus 3, and addition equals, 12, but then at the bottom it's 3 times 4 equals 12.
Uh-huh. Interesting pattern. This time I'm going to put 2 up here, okay? If you finish the first one, start working on the second one. And we can't lose track of time. We've got a few more minutes. Okay. So let's start with 8/24. So you know you need to set it up like this. And then think about common factors. That's your first one. Second one, let's do all right, there are your 2 problems. I'll give you a 20 or 30-second head start. your first thing you're thinking, what are common factors for 8 and 24? What could I divide them both by? Abby? You want to bounce it on? Then you can pick anybody with their hand up.
4.
4. 4 will work. Okay, there are lots of choices for this one. So let's just start with 4. If I picked 4, okay, 8 divided by 4 would be 2. 24 divided by 4 is 6. All right, now, is that all the way reduced, or can I reduce it more? Cadence? I can reduce it more. Cadence, what should I divide it by this time? Close. 2. Okay, I can still reduce it, right? So I'm going to divide it by 2 again. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right? So we could have done that one a different way. Let me show you down here. If I had 8 24ths, maybe you noticed I can divide them both by 8. Did anyone do that? Let's see what happens. If I divide the top and bottom by 8 first, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So instead of doing 2 steps, you do 1 step. All right. Now what about this one? What can I divide my 6 and my 10 by? Hayden?
6 and 5.
Can I divide 6 evenly by 5? That would work for 10, but not the 6.
3.
3 would work for 6, but not for 10. So what's a common? 2. There we go. If you haven't done this one yet, write it down with me. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Can I reduce 3/5 any further?
Yes.
Before you blur answers, I want you to use your brain and think. Noah? No? Okay. So we're going to do this again tomorrow, but that's the basics. And when you do fraction math, from now until you're in college, a lot of times when you get your answer might look like this, 6/10, and your directions might say reduce to simplest terms. So you'll get your answer, but then when you circle it and show final answer, it would be this one. Okay? So it's okay. Today's first day, and after math, after PE, we're going to do our practice work together. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for listening at home. Have a wonderful afternoon.